Oh, thank you, Chamberlain. I have with me Mr. Moshood, Mr. Jimoh Moshood. He prefers it in that order. He is a police spokesperson. You're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Nigerians.
Well, your excitement was palpable after the kidnapper, the kidnap kingpin Evans, was caught on Sunday. So tell us precisely, how was the police able to come about his arrest?
Thank you so much. This is a very huge success for the Nigerian police force, and it's a departure from the past that police are not doing enough. We are doing much more than enough, and this is to testify to members of the public, to assure them of the confidence they should impose in us to ensure that we tackle all criminality across the country. He was apprehended on Saturday.
Oh, Saturday he was apprehended, but he was paraded on Sunday.
On Sunday.
Oh.
So this doesn't come by chance. It's come by coordinated operation that was directed by the Inspector General of Police. You know, the IGP, Ibrahim Puto Idris MNI, came on board barely a year ago, and he has ensured that every kidnap case are resolved. And you can see that in the way we arrest all those who are responsible for the kidnap of the former Minister of Foreign Affairs for State, Ambassador Bagudu Isse. We quickly arrested all the suspects involved in the kidnap of Deputy High Commissioner of Sierra Leone.
But those are big people.
No. You know, people are kidnapped because they want something from them. And we go down well to equally ensure that we end the reign of vampire in the southeast and the southern eastern state. So this, as a result of coordinated operation, this operation was led by the intelligence response team and the technical intelligence unit of the force with the anti-kidnapping unit of the Lagos State Police Command under the supervision of Commissioner of Police Lagos State Command. You know, the IGP assigned it abundantly clear that all police detachment, all police formation in every state are under the Commissioner of Police, because that is what the police acts dictate. And where other department or unit are coming in to provide assistance, they work under the supervision of the Commissioner of Police, and that was done. So we have been on the street for quite some time, even before this present administration, and it is now that we have result because of the IGP himself supervised from the force headquarters the directives on this operation. So we got him and we paraded him for people to actually know that this is the Evans Chukwudi Dumene Onadike, aka Evan from in the Anambra State. So that's the goal we have scored, and this go down well to let people know that anywhere kidnapping is occurring, we are always doing our best in that regard, because all what we are doing about Evan was not made public until we got him arrested. And for every other case of kidnap, like the one of the Lagos school children, we are doing our best in that regard, and Nigeria will soon see the results. Equally, for the isolated cases we have on Kaduna Abuja Road, because it's false, it's not the truth to say 20 people were kidnapped on Kaduna Abuja Road in a day. It wasn't true. And all the people that were kidnapped were freed. Though we saw some media released by some personality.
You're already moving to, like you're preempting my questions. Because when you say that the police is interested in every case, and you know, you mentioned the VIPs, former ambassador of Sierra Leone to Nigeria. You're talking about a former minister who was kidnapped along that road. Only recently, a House of Reps member was kidnapped along the Abuja-Kaduna road. These are all people will say VIPs on a daily basis. There are perhaps tens of people who are perhaps kidnapped, and sometimes it goes undocumented for sometimes very small sums.
No.
Would the police be interested in those cases?
Yes,
as well?
I want to disagree with you that 10 people are kidnapped on a daily basis. It's not so. You know, the reportage now, because of the social media input and the traditional media, everybody's becoming conscious. If
you dispute 20 people kidnapped so far. But what I mean is, if you collate you know, the number of people who are perhaps being kidnapped on a daily basis for small sums, you know, for even sums that the police are not aware of. I'll give you an instance. Only recently, a colleague of mine's relative was kidnapped, and the response from the police was, well, we can't do anything about it. And that was why it ended. They had to go and look for the money to pay.
No. In that case, if you look at the in-depth of that case, we arrested those who are responsible. I'm talking, if you are talking about the person that was kidnapped in Imo.
No. That's a different instance.
You know, at the level of a victim being kidnapped, it is not wise for any police formation to show physical present in letting the public know that we are involved in the investigation, because you may jeopardize the life of the person in captivities. Because once those who are keeping captive are quite aware the police are on them, anything can happen. But we do this covertly and made the joint operation to be successful in various regards. I won't, because of securing the modus of or the strategies we are using, begin to tell the public this is what we are doing covertly too. But we ensure that there's police present everywhere to deter who will be criminal, and to ensure that we do what we call crime prevention and control strategies that have been introduced by the Inspector General of Police across the Federation to tackle kidnapping and other violent crime. So if anybody is saying that 10 people are being kidnapped, it is not correct. I beg your pardon. Then in the area of investigation, because we adopted...
Do you have data? Just a moment. If you dispute that, do you have data as to the number of Nigerians who are kidnapped? I mean, how big is the menace of kidnapping now in Nigeria?
I think the purpose of this program is to enlighten the public,
yes,
and to give them the opportunity to be able to know what they can do to stay out of being kidnapped, and to let them know that we have achieved this, we have achieved more than this in the past, and we'll continue to build on this achievement to be able to rake in all kinds of kidnapping.
Mr. Moshood,
then if you are talking of data, I'm coming to that.
Yes,
if you're coming into issue of data, we collect data on a regular basis, and equally annual report carries our data, and even quarterly report. But it will not be wise for me to be reeling out the numbers here, honestly, to be sincere to you. And there's no amount of maybe pressure or push that can make me to do that, because it's professionally unethical to...
No, don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is, if you dispute that people in their tents are being kidnapped perhaps on a daily basis or a weekly basis, as the case might be, if you say that is not the situation, then you must be able to give what information is correct.
But you know, you have to work on empirical fact. Like yesterday, any report of kidnap? Yesterday, as I'm talking to you. From
all of the police commands across the country?
Yes, there's none. So that's to give you an inference.
There was no report. Does it mean that none happened?
No, I'm not saying... Because, you know, at times it takes time, because if somebody's whisked away, that's why kidnapping is cheaper than armed robbery. Before you can call in for assistance or for